Hey guys, what's up? It's Kayla back again with another video. Today I wanted to talk about an interesting topic, and that is why millennials don't want to be financial advisors. I've had this conversation a few times over with financial advisors that I know, that I consult with, and that are clients of mine, so I felt it'd be an interesting YouTube video to make. So I would say the number one reason why millennials don't want to be financial advisors is because truly, in essence, a financial advisor, it is a sales job. It's a relationship building job. That is the main responsibilities you have as a financial advisor, is building your book of clients and building your portfolio that you're managing, because the more assets under management you have, the more money you are going to make year to year. Millennials, I'm saying anybody from, their 20s to early 30s, most people do not have those kind of skills built within themselves to go out there and build up a book of millions and millions of dollars under management. It's just not going to happen. They don't have the network of friends. Most likely their family does not have money, and I'm going to bring up that point later on. Most of these millennials don't really have that kind of network to get themselves started. The first couple years are really, really tough when you're starting out as a financial advisor. It's really not a cushy job unless you have the capital to buy off a book of clients, a book of assets from a retiring financial advisor, for example. It's not an easy job. It's all sales. So when I talk to these financial advisors about them finding it very hard to hire a younger financial advisor, I try to explain to them that all these kids are in student debt. They have so much debt on them from going to college, and the economic conditions as far as the price of living in 2019 and beyond is much higher than it was 30, 40 years ago when these financial advisors were starting their financial advising businesses. It's so different. College costs were much more in line during that time. Financial advising is also not something that is very actively recruited at universities. If financial advisors really wanted to hire younger people, they could put more effort into college recruiting. For smaller financial advising offices, it's very common to see it be a family style type of business, whether that be the husband being the financial advisor, the wife being like the office manager, the senior financial advisor being a parent, and the younger person being a son or daughter, niece or nephew, and people outside of the family coming in to be hired by these financial advisors. They can see what the predicament in, and it's very hard to have a family-owned business. It's hard to work with your relatives, right? And when these younger people are coming in for interviews with a financial advising office that is family-based, they are easily able to pick up on whatever frustrations there may be in the office, whatever dysfunctionalities there are. So I try to explain to financial advisors it's a completely different game than it was 30 years ago. For people who say that they do want to be financial advisors, people who are millennials or what's the next generation, Gen Z, my advice to you would be either you have to build up an extensive network while you're in college and be able to leverage that when you first get into the financial advising business. The more assets under management that you have, the more money you're going to be making every single year. So even if you need to go get a job in another area of finance or whatever else you want, think of it this way. Somebody who's been an engineer for 10 years has built up a network of contacts, whether that be engineers and non-engineers, and then later on they become a financial advisor and they talk to their network and say, hey, now I'm doing financial advising, come and check me out. more likely to be successful than just somebody graduating college and having to solicit their family and friends who don't have the most money. Now, if you're somebody where you come from money, I'm not going to put like a minimum amount, more the better, obviously. You have a much more chance of success as a financial advisor. I know one guy, he's about my age. His net worth is about $166 million based on who his family is, and his grandfather made a ton of money. He went to school for finance and bought a book of business with another person and started a financial advising place around here. And he's crushing it. People are more willing to trust him with, well, one, he bought a whole bunch of book of business, and two, he grew up in money, he knows money, he'll most likely always have money because that's to spend his trajectory through life. People are more willing to trust him with their money because that's all he's ever known. I think a lot of millennials are also realizing that you don't necessarily need a financial advisor to build your net worth, to figure out what things you should and shouldn't be investing in. I think when I've talked with other millennials, they have realized that financial advising is kind of getting outdated. They realize that algorithms are playing a large part of trading, what's being recommended, etc. To the financial advisors that want to hire a younger person, you should really think of some ground rules of things when you're looking for to hire the financial advisor. Somebody who has a built up network, maybe they've worked another job and is looking to get into financial advising for a very specific reason. It's not really whether or not a millennial wants to be a financial advisor. It's just less and less need of financial advisors in general, and kids not wanting to be salespeople. They don't want sales jobs. A lot of kids who are actually good at finance are really shy and want more of an office job. So if there are financial advisors out there who are watching this video and they want to hire somebody younger, maybe give somebody a chance who doesn't have a finance background but who's like ready to sell and learn some book smarts, because you have to pass the series 66, 67 and any other series tests you want them to take. But yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to talk about this topic real quickly, kind of like vlog style. If you learned anything today, be sure to give this video a like and share it. If you have any more questions for me, be sure to leave it down below. And if you're not already subscribed to me and you want to hear me talk about a bunch of other things, some finance, some education, some Florida stuff, I talk about it all, then subscribe to me. And until next time, I'll see you around in another one of my videos. Bye.